it was our best quarter to date, in my opinion, defensively.
How much of the defense affected Steph Curry, and how much was him just being off a little bit?
Yeah, he missed some shots he makes every game. So I thought we did a good job of making it tough on him. I wouldn't dare to say we did anything to take him out, but I thought we did not give them opportunities to make easy shots in the fourth quarter.
Steph Castle is getting this opportunity to see all these different types of high-level scorers on a pretty regular basis. What have you noticed in how he's adjusted to these different stars around the league?
He's a mature young man. He's seen a lot. He's been put in a lot of different positions from our staff, on and off the ball, on offensive and defensively, and just very happy with his approach and consistency. He's had many games where he started off maybe a little shaky, I don't know if that's the right word, but the way he's been able to finish as strong as he has says a lot about a young man that hasn't been doing this very long.
The sequence where he shoots the air ball but then turns it right around and takes it back from Steph Curry, does that just sort of typify his mentality, basically?
He's a competitive young man. I think him taking that deep three is another, make or miss. It takes a lot to take that shot in that moment, right? It feels good when you make it, and you get the credit when you make it, but to be able to take that, I think he might have missed a mid-range and then the air ball and all that stuff, and to be able to take it without hesitation and that type of conviction says a lot.
And then with Vic, that it just appeared to you he just needed some minutes to get his legs under him, and then he was, by the fourth quarter, he seemed like he was off and running.
Yeah, he's had a off and on start like we've all talked about for a few months now. So some of his stints were probably a little shorter just to try to maximize his production and effort. But I thought he was a grown man in the fourth quarter. I thought some of his rebounds, some of his catches, some of his passes, some of the simple stuff that is a really big emphasis for him because he does these amazing things. It's so natural that when he can command the fundamentals and dominate the fundamentals, he's the load.
Nine assists, is that a portion of his game that's maybe not appreciated as much as what he does in other areas?
Yeah, we appreciate it. Yeah, I think we're continuing to learn how to play off him and put him in spots to take advantage of situations. But again, I thought his fundamentals, especially late tonight, were elite. And when he does that, it will be scary.
Speak to his adjustment to teams playing a lot of small defenders against him and, getting up into him.
Yeah. I think he's taken his time a little bit more. I think he's been a little bit more decisive. I think there's times where, because of that type of defense, there's going to be a initial level of resistance or physicality, and when he plays through that, I think that's where we're getting a ton of opportunities because they have no choice but to help. And then I think he's going to also start putting an emphasis on the refs and get some more free throws.
Mitch, for a team that last year tended to start strong and fade late in games, to do the complete opposite of that the last couple of games. I know you don't want to start slow, but does it say something about the progress of the team, the way you have been able to shake off those tough starts the last few games?
I think so. I think it's fair to say I think the young guys should get credit for some of the progression and maturity that they've shown in those situations, especially against some of the teams that we've showed it against.
Is it it's not just having old guys around. The young guys are handling it better than they did last year, right?
No question.
Fast forward too quick, but you guys go from here to play Utah. It's your fourth time to play them, fifth if you count the preseason. Is there any benefit to that, or is it the opposite? You'd rather not play the same team so much in the same span? I'm
sure you can make an argument for either. I'll say I don't think there'll be any surprises either side. But yeah, the schedule's funny like that sometimes. You just get a team and knock it out quickly.
Be an easy scout.
Mitch, back to Victor, just the knack of, even if the shot isn't going down in those first three quarters, fourth quarter rolls around and, there he is, lights out. Just if you can just kind of speak to that quality that not many seem to have, but he's got it already.
He embraces moments for sure. And I think he's just continuing to learn how to take advantage of different moments. And obviously he made some big shots, but again, I think some of the passes and some of the simple plays are just good of an example or reflection of that.
Were you guys expecting this much offensive production from Harrison? Even with Wemby coming back tonight, he still had 22 points.
Yeah, he's been extremely efficient, and he's been able to do that over his career. So expectation, I'm not sure, but I wouldn't say we're surprised either.
Earlier today, Zach to him that the mindset is not, hey, we have guys out. It's just, we got to focus on winning and making sure we're doing our best. What does a win like this without Jeremy and Devin do for that mentality moving forward?
I think it's just something we've gotten used to. I don't know. I mean, this isn't our first game with those circumstances, and it's not changing, and it's just part of the season. You look across the league, there's a lot of injuries and guys out, so it's just something where you're trying to prepare everybody, and it's the next man up, but it's nice to see everybody embrace that, not only for themselves but for their teammates.
Thank you. Thank you.